France's political landscape is going through a dramatic turnaround after far-right leader Marine Le Pen's conviction in an embezzlement case. Thousands are out on the streets again, many in support of Le Pen, while there are others who support her conviction. But amid the divide, the National Rally leader is determined to fight for her political future. On Sunday, Marine Le Pen addressed her supporters in Paris. The National Rally leader told attendees that she will be fighting the court's 5-year ban, which prevents her from running for office. Now, Le Pen will be appealing against the conviction, which courts say might be taken up by 2026 to ensure a timely trial.
We will carry on fighting as we are doing, with discipline and dignity, despite the provocations that will inevitably come our way and which, to the despair of our opponents, we will not give in to.
Le Pen was flanked by National Rally party leaders including Jordan Bardella, who called for people to mobilize in Le Pen's support. Organizers of the rally say that close to 15,000 people were present there on Sunday.
And so I am only asking one thing from you: help her. Help her in the face of injustice. Help her by pursuing the mobilization by our side. Help her by amplifying the patriotic wave everywhere in France. Join us.
Joignez-nous!
Gabriel Attal, head of French President Emmanuel Macron's centrist party, on Sunday sought to defend a court ruling against far-right leader Marine Le Pen. On the other hand, left-wing parties and left-leaning groups also rallied on Sunday in an attempt to rebut the far-right's rally. Former Prime Minister Gabriel Attal addressed a gathering supporting the court's decision to convict Le Pen.
Our fight for authority is a fight for the authority of rules. How can we be credible in dealing with juvenile delinquents if politicians don't have to respect the rules? At Renaissance, we're fighting to get back to basics. As you said, Ambroise, you break, you fix, you dirty, you clean. We also say, you suffer, we take care of you. But that can't hold if exemplarity isn't everywhere. So I say, you steal, you pay, especially when you're a politician.
The courts convicted Le Pen and several others from the party of misappropriating European Union funds. In effect, Le Pen is guilty of using EU money to pay party officials. There is still time for the presidential elections in France, with polls due to be held in 2027. The big question now is, will Marine Le Pen's trial be a make-or-break moment for France's far right? Let's talk to our correspondent in France. Ross Cullen is now joining us live in Paris. Ross Cullen, good to see you. What's the future of the far-right party in France, given the contradicting rallies that were held yesterday? Has anything changed?
Nothing has really changed in terms of the rallies that were held on Sunday. It was a chance for the hard right party, the National Rally, to try to come together and show that they are still united, with their more than 100 MPs seated behind Jordan Bardella, seated behind Marine Le Pen, the two star speakers for that party at their rally. But because they announced this political gathering, there was a chance for the centrists led by Gabriel Attal, Emmanuel Macron's party, to hold a gathering. There was also a chance for the left-wing opposition to hold a rally, so all three taking place on Sunday at the same time, pretty much, in three different locations in the French capital. Around 7,000 people at the National Rally gathering, according to police. Around 5,000 people gathering in the famous Republic Square, Place de la République, for the left-wing gathering, where notably Marine Tondelier, the leader of the Green Party, spoke. It was interesting to note a poll that was carried out over the weekend, assuming that Marine Le Pen won't be able to run in the 2027 presidential election, and assuming that the National Rally's party president, her young 29-year-old protege Jordan Bardella, would be the replacement for her. The poll assumed that he will be running for the National Rally, and it returned pretty much the same results as if Marine Le Pen were running, showing that Jordan Bardella would be finishing in first place in the first round with around 35% of the vote, more or less what Marine Le Pen would get if she were running. So that shows there's no real impact on the National Rally's campaign if Marine Le Pen remains convicted, and if, despite her appeal in 2026, if the sentence remains reapplied and therefore they have to look to somebody else like Jordan Bardella. That shows there's no major impact at this stage on the support for the National Rally. Of course, people like Gabriel Attal, the former Prime Minister, will be hoping to position his party, the centrist party, as the response to the far right's strength in the elections. And we will also hear from the left wing, of course, over the coming months, over the next couple of years, as the presidential campaign hots up. We won't have to wait a full 2 years for our first main picture of the state of France going forward in terms of the election landscape, because in 2026 there'll be municipal elections, including for the mayor of Paris, because the current incumbent, Anne Hidalgo, is standing down.
All right, Ross Cullen, we'll have to leave it there. Good to see you. Thank you for talking to us today. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.